Hey there. So, have you ever started logging your food and been like, oh crap, I'm eating a lot? Well, pump the brakes a little bit. So, this is the first day of tracking for the Habit Kickstarter. And so, like everybody else in the group, I am tracking my food again. Yay. No, I don't mind it. It's good. It's a good reminder about and good feedback how I'm eating. So, at the top here, this is my log for today so far. So, we did we did CrossFit this morning. Actually, I can take that off because it logged it automatically at the bottom because it connects to smartwatches. But this is my breakfast. So I was honestly nibbling on bacon while I was making my overnight oats. So I did log that. I don't know if it was probably pretty close to 2 pieces. I was snacking. But let's see here. So first thing to remember when you are logging your food is don't just jump on the negativity bus and start beating yourself up. Because I could easily say like, oh my God, Allie, this is so many carbs for breakfast and just not enough protein. And you're not going to have anything for dinner because you ate all of your food. That's not the case. We are tracking things. It's also important to have context and as far as like the whole week. Wednesday is a really active day for me. So why is it a problem to have my biggest meal for breakfast? That is totally fine. And because I've done this for a really long time, is I notice I'm most hungry probably in the morning and not super hungry at night. It really affects my sleep. It'll keep me up. I won't sleep as well. I'll tend to stay up later if I have a really big dinner. So for me, totally fine. So don't beat yourself up if you have a big breakfast. It's totally fine. But let's see. So if I can be a little proactive about this, I was like, yeah, I'd probably maybe spread this out a little bit. But I didn't really feel overly full eating this. Not at all. So it's okay to eat. It's okay to eat. Repeat that. It's all right to have a bigger meal. It is not a problem. Let's see. So protein shake kind of halfway through. This was kind of left over from breakfast, honestly. So technically, I guess breakfast could have been even bigger. Lunch, super, just like hit the spot perfectly. Great amount of protein. Look at that. Just look at that. 45 grams of protein. That's from 5 ounces of cooked chicken thighs. Sweet potato, good chunk of that. And I have a food scale measuring all this. Super helpful. Highly recommend that if you don't do that already. And then I'm planning on having a snack because we have an apple. We have apples and bananas that we need to eat. I already had banana, so could have a half a banana, but I'm going to aim for an apple later. Dinner, I'm not really sure. We still have vegetables, so I could have more vegetables. And these are old numbers, so sometimes when you'll log into one of these apps, they'll generate numbers for you based on your goal. I don't really have goals in particular, and these are old numbers from when I was trying to cut weight. So these might be a little low if I'm not trying to do that right now. And you should update these numbers. And the best way to do that is to track for a little bit, see what your weight does, track what you eat, observe before you just go out and take the food out from underneath you. Highly recommend doing that, not using just a calculator. So if I did want to lose weight and I ate, this amount of food every day and my weight stayed the same, I would need to take more. If I eat this same amount most days and my weight goes down and that's my goal, I don't need to do too much. I need to observe maybe and see why that works. But be patient to not just rip food out or lower your goals aggressively if you have a weight loss goal. Be very consistent, observe, be very consistent, and then you can make adjustments. But now let's see if I can be a little proactive with this tool. So say I've observed for a while and now I need to plan out my meals a little bit. So first of all, I'm going to plan out dinner. If I'm not hungry at the end of the day, that's fine. There's no need per se, because I have late nights, so sometimes this is a scheduling issue if I'm going to have dinner or not, or maybe I'll just have a big snack. To be honest, that happens a lot on a Wednesday. So be open to that flexibility, but this is, again, after years of observation and tweaking and fine-tuning these things. But in general, let's say I'm going to have some vegetables, so mixed veggies. It doesn't really matter too much. This is just mixed. The mix that we have is broccoli, cauliflower. We don't have cauliflower, but Brussels sprouts, carrots. It's pretty darn similar, and it is not really worth getting in the weeds as far as like 50 grams of Brussels sprouts and 57 grams of broccoli. It's close. Let's see. And honestly, I mean, again, like I said, I like a small dinner, so that might be perfect for me, especially if I'm eating that a little bit late. I don't want a lot. Numbers wise, that fills things out pretty well. Moderate carbs, a good amount of protein. I'm about 137 to 140-ish pounds, so that gets pretty close to my protein goal there. That's really good. Fat's moderate. And again, if I have good energy, I'm not overly full, I'm not overly hungry, I can function, I can sleep well. those are really good signs that I'm on a good nutritional track. Now, if I have a weight goal, we'll look at that over the weekly basis, not too much on the day-to-day. So hopefully that was helpful, but this is just a reminder, if you do start tracking your food, just calm down the first couple days. Just take note of things, log things, and then we can make changes there. But don't be super eager to beat yourself up about like, oh my God, my breakfast was too big. It's totally fine. So if you have any other questions about logging or tracking your food, let me know, and I'd love to go over them on another video.